Is it Pac or Pac?
You know, I thought it was one way, and then they started saying it another way.
Yes,
Yeah.
I heard both.
Yeah.
But Pac versus Kenny Olivier. Let me get this out of the way first. I like Pac or Pac. He looks great. He can work. He can move. He's got good basics and timing. He's got explosive power. He has good facials. I like him. I want to see more. I'm a fan. I just don't want to see more of him against this fucking Harpo Marx wannabe. Because now I can't stop. After I've envisioned Kenny Olivier as Harpo Marx with that fucking unruly blonde hair and the fucking goofy facials, now I'm seeing it everywhere. I mean, early in the match, Omega was working like Adrian Street doing the prissy prance strut thing. And I don't know what the fuck. And then all through the match, he prances and he poses and he points up, or he points at where he's going to run and hit the ropes, or he points at something, and he does jazz hands, and he runs with an exaggerated movement like he's a high diver fixing to dive off the fucking high diving board, or a gymnast about to take off for his floor exercise. And he's got goofy facials and goofy body language. And he's just, all of it is just exaggerated, over goofiness. And where are people seeing this great professional wrestler? Nothing he does convinces me he's in a fight. There's a difference between taking big bumps, and boy, that must have hurt, and convincing me you're in a fucking fight, or that you're mad, or that you're really trying to do something, instead of those goofy faces and the pointing and the jazz hands and the prissy prance and whatever the fuck else he does. What am I missing here?
I'm not a big Omega fan. I think he's good in the ring, but I must admit, I don't know if it's because of AEW or what it is, but I have found him kind of boring. And I know people are going to jump on me like, oh, he's amazing. It's the greatest match. When he's not wrestling Okada, I'm kind of not the biggest Omega fan, and I kind of find him boring now. There's nothing that makes me care, and I wasn't the biggest fan of this match, although I thought the finish was great. But the match itself, I didn't like, and then I go and read online people saying what a great match it is, and I said, well, you know, like I said on 605, maybe I'm just not a wrestling fan.
Yeah. Well, no, you're just not a fan of jazz hands. But I double dog dare anybody to go back and watch that match and look at Kenny Omega and count the instances that he prances, poses, does jazz hands, does exaggerated movements, goofy facials, strange body language. He just comes off speaking and working to me like an insufferable twat that's full of himself, and he thinks he's a fucking artist. I don't hear him talking where I sense that he's really mad at his opponent. I sure don't see him pulling stitches out of his fucking head like Adam Page did. I don't see him delivering the emotion that Chris Jericho did. I don't see it. So anyway, they did a bunch of shit to each other over and over. I wrote down, how fucking long must they go? It got sloppy toward the finish. And then Pac put a standing stretch on him and fucking won it. And I love that. I'm like you. I love that finish. Because maybe for the people who have drunk Kenny Olivier's Kool-Aid, it will get Pac over stronger and we'll see more of him. But holy fuck.
Plus, it got a good reaction. No one expected that finish. So the fans legitimately were stunned when it happened. I thought it was good.
Yes, but just, fuck. Anyway, Jazz Hands. Kenny Jazz Hands Olivier. Now he'll be selling that shirt. See, I can get anybody over.